Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm here to solve a numbered room Sudoku created by Angelo. This Sudoku is titled Opposition Rooms, and I thank Angelo for allowing me to make a video on the Sudoku. This was posted on the CTC Discord server, and numbered rooms is an extremely delightful variant. If you know the tricks to solve it, it's really enjoyable to solve. And this is a live solve. The link to solve this is in the description. I'll move into the rules now. Classic Sudoku rules apply. So each row, each column and 3x3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9, no repetitions, and numbered rooms. Clues outside the grid indicate the digit which has to be placed in the nth cell in the corresponding direction, where n is the digit placed in the first cell in the direction. So to put it bluntly, let's say you have a 6 here, then the 6th cell in this direction must be the clue given outside. So basically the first cell defines where the clue given outside goes in this row or in the column, looking from that direction. So these are the rules. Really interesting variant. So let's give it a start now. So the important trick to solve the Sudoku is when you have a clue outside, you cannot have that as the starting digit. The reason is, let's say you have a 9 here and you place 9 as the first digit, which means that this cell, row 1, column 1, defines where the 9 goes in that column. So you would have to have 9 as the 9 cell. So that leads to a contradiction. So unless the outside clue is a 1, in which case you can place a 1, you can never have the digit which is the outside clue and the digit in the first cell as the same one. That's not possible. So that is the first trick. The second trick is when you have, let's say, look at row 2, the outside clues are 9. So which means that the extreme cells must add up to 10. The reason is, let's say you have a 9 here, this will be 3, and this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now if you count these two cells, you'll notice that they always add up to 10. So basically when the outside clues are the same, the first and the last cell of the respective row or column will add up to 10. So these are the rules. These are the tricks. Now let's give it a start. Okay. So obviously I can't have 1 and a 9 here. Although these add up to 10, they will violate the numbered room clue. So it has to be either 2, 8, 2, 8, 3, 7, 3, 7, or 4, 6, 4, 6. So that's not much help. And similarly, if you look at this 4 clue outside row 5, they can't be 1 and 9. The reason is, let's say you have a 1 here, then which means that the first digit must be a 4, but it cannot be 1 and a 4 simultaneously. So this is another trick in the numbered room Sudoku. You cannot have a 1 as the starting cell in that direction unless the outside clue is 1. So if you put 1 here, which means that the first cell is 6, that is never going to happen because you already have a 1 here. So 1 and 9 are ruled out. And 4 and 6 are ruled out because of the trick we just saw. Regardless of whether the 4 goes here or here, let's say you have a 4 here, which means that the 4th cell will also be 4. That's not possible. So which means that leaves us 2, 8 and 3, 7 as the options, because outside cells need to add up to 10. I mean, starting cells need to add up to 10. Okay, so I have a 9 outside column 1. The clues are the same, so they must be 2, 8, 3, 7, and 4, 6. Similarly, this will be 2, 8, 3, 7, and 4, 6. And I'm just going to write all the possibilities 2 8 3 7 3 7 4 6 4 6. And similarly, column 5 clues will be 2 8 3 7 3 7 4 6. Okay, I don't think there are any more matching clues outside. If you look at column 2, the clues are 1 and 3. If you look at column 3, the clues are 3 and 1, 1 and 3, 3 and 1, 1 and 3, and 3 and 1. There are no more matching clues. So we are on our own here. So I'm seeing column 1 and column 9. I'm noticing that 1 hasn't been placed yet. So let's look at column 1 first. 1 can't go here, 1 can't go here. So 1 is either in row 6 column 1, row 4 column 1, or row 3 column 1. Many possibilities. Okay, if you look closely at row 9, you'll notice that 9 cannot be in any of the cells where the outside clue is 1. The reason is, if you have 9 in any of these cells, a 1 is placed in the 9 cell because the outside clue is 1. So the 9 cell from that direction will be a 1. And look what it does here. This indicates that the first digit must be a 3 and a 1 simultaneously, which is not possible. So 9 is eliminated from all these 1 clues. So 9 is either here, here, or here. Only 3 possibilities. So which basically means that the 9 cell must be a 3. 3 is here, here, or here. And you know that all these outside clues are 1. So which means either this, or this will be a 1. This is not much, although it eliminates something. So you can notice that these cells cannot be 3 anymore, and which means this cannot be 7 anymore, because these add up to 10, right? So when you eliminate 3 from row 1, so 7 is eliminated correspondingly here. I think I can do the same thing in row 1. 9 cannot be in any of these cells. Is that right? Can a 9 go in any of the cells where a 1 goes? The same thing applies then. One of these cells will become a 1, and that is going to violate the 3 clue outside. Doesn't matter which one. So that will violate the 3 clue outside. So which means 9 is eliminated from there. This was not a 7, right? Okay, so 9 is either here, it can go only in the 3 clues, and that leaves us the 3 in one of these cells, and that removes the 3 from here, here, and here, which removes the 7 from here, here, and here. A really nice one. And correspondingly to these 3s, we can place the 1 in one of these cells. Let me use a corner pencil mark. So as you can see, it is already having a really delightful solve. So what next? So you can't have a 2 here. The reason is 9 is not possible here. So 2 is eliminated here. And that eliminates the 8 from this cell. This is 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, and 6. And this is 4, 6, and 8. Okay. This is superb. You can't have a 2 here. The reason is it forces a 9 in this cell. And then both of these cells would have to be a 5. 1 2 3 4 5 and 1 2 3 4 5. So that is not possible. So 2 is ruled out here, and that rules out the 8 from here. Similarly, 2 is also ruled out from here. Superb, guys. This is superb, because you can't have a 9 here. So that is not an 8 anymore. So 2 4 6 triplet in row 9 and 4 6 8 triplet in row 1. So which means that 9 is either here, here, or here. 9 is either here, here, or here, and here, here, or here. Okay. So I would ideally love to eliminate a few more 9s from any of these cells. We have a tricky situation here. Very, very tricky. Just a second, please. I'm getting, just switch off my alarm. Yeah. So if this is a 9, then this is forced to be a 2. And is there a problem? I don't think so. There is no problem there. So where does the 1 go in row 1? We have not yet placed that, right? 1 cannot be in the cells where the 3 is the outside clue. So 1 is either here, here, or here. Very nice. And similarly in row 9, where does the 1 go? 1 cannot be on the cells where 3 is the outside clue. So 1 is either here, here, or here. So is this helping us? I don't think so. It's kind of tricky here. If this cell is a 9, then 7 is forced here. And I don't see a problem in that. It's kind of tricky here. Okay, so I'm going to write some center candidates in row 1 and row 9. So I can't think of anything else. So if I look at these cells, the ones which I have marked now, they can't be 4, 6, 8, nor can they be a 1 or a 3. So they can only be a 2, 5, 7, or a 9. 2, 5, 7, or a 9. Not much in there. And similarly, these cells in row 9 cannot be 2, 4, 6, nor can they be a 1 or a 3. 1, 3, 2, 4, 6. So they can only be 5, 7, 8, or a 9. And again, I don't see any issue here. We're just increasing our pencil mark tally. Ah, so I was wondering if this can be a 4-6 pair, because that would give nines in kind of an X-wing pattern and force the 9 here. But I don't see why they can't be 4-6 at the extreme cells. It could very well be. So 4 in row 5 is in one of these cells. Can I do something with these? I don't think I'm seeing deeper enough yet. Okay, not seeing anything here at all. Oh, so where does the 1 go in this column and in this column is what I'm going to see now. So 1 cannot be in row 3 column 1 because we have placed 1 in one of these 3 cells in row 3. 1 can't go here and 1 cannot go in any of these cells. So 1 is either this cell, in this cell, or this cell. Okay. So which means this cell cannot take 4, 5, 6. I mean row 9 column 3 cannot take 4, 5, 6 because then 1 is forced here. But we know that 1 is already here. So if I do the same thing here, 1 cannot be here. 1 could be here, here, cannot be here, but 1 could be here. Ha. So in row 9 column 3, it cannot be 4, 5, 6. It can be 1, 2, 3. 2 is ruled out. It can be 7, 8. 9 is also ruled out. 7 is also ruled out because 1 cannot go here. So it is 1, 3 or 8. 1, 3 or 8. What am I missing here? I'm looking at this cell now. Cannot be 1, cannot be 2. It could be a 3, right? It could be a 3 that forces a 2 here. Could I write some possibilities in any of these cells? Okay, this would be a good cell to make pencil marks because 4, 5, 6 are eliminated. It can be 1, 2, 3 or 7 or 8. So 1, 2, 3, 7 and 8. 8 is ruled out. 4, 6, 8 triplet. So it is 1, 2, 3 or a 7. Oh, 7 is also ruled out, right? You can't have 7 here because 1 is in one of these three cells. 7 is ruled out, so this is not a 7. So it's 1, 2, or a 3, which means 1 is in one of these three cells. All right, so 1 is in one of these three cells. And there is a 1 here, there is a 1 here. So 1 is in one of these three cells, which means this cannot be 8. Superb. So 1 is either going here or here. I thought I had something there, but still not enough. So this is 1 or a 3. Okay, it's just whatever I think, it's like keeping on going in cycles, not able to see anything new. So let me see this column. Unfortunately, there is not much with ones there. 1 cannot be here. 1 cannot be here. 1 could be here, here, many possibilities, or even here. So if I look at this cell, it can only be 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Because 4, 6, 8 are ruled out, and 9 is also ruled out. 9 is not a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. And 7 is not possible because you have 1 in one of these three cells. So 7 is ruled out. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 5. So either here, here, or here. I realize I have not made much progress after the pencil marks. Not even sure what I'm supposed to see here. Oh, this is a tough one. Cannot be a 1. It can be a 2, 3. Oh, there are many possibilities for the 6th clue. What am I supposed to see here? So if this is 2, 8, 4 goes in these cells. Oh, this is very tough, guys. What was I thinking here? What was I thinking here? 5, 7, 8, 9 for this clue. So if 3 is here, then this becomes 2, 8, and 4 is either here or here. Okay, so 3 can be here. So I was hoping to eliminate 5 from here. That would give me 3 in one of these cells and I can do something. I can't have the 3 here, right? Can I have the 3 here? If this is 3, then this becomes a 2-8 pair. So this can be 8 and this can be 2. That is possible. That would force the 4 here. I don't see how this is helping me. 7 or a 9. This is incredibly tricky. Very tricky, very, very tricky. This is a 3, and this can't be a 3. 3 is in one of these cells. So 1 is in one of these cells. Okay. So whatever deduction I use here, it seems to kind of hit a roadblock. I'm really not sure what is to be done here. So there was one Sudoku I did previously. What was that? Can't even remember now. That took me a lot of time to solve. It took me close to 1 hour, right? Can't remember now. I don't know why. Was it a pencil mark Sudoku? No, it was not a pencil marks. Oh, it was that, yeah. It was by Ambrose, right? It had coloring. So I don't see how I can make progress here without just guessing here. Oh, am I seeing something? Can this be 4 or a 6? In which case this will be 8 and this will be 2. And this will also be 4 and 6. So this could not be 4 and 6. So this will, yeah. So you can't have 4-6 pair in these cells. That was tough to see, guys. This cannot be a 4-6 pair. The reason is that would eliminate 4-6 from these cells. So this will become 8. Let me just put a corner there. This will become 2. And because this is 4 or 6, we know that the extremities add up to 10. So this will also be 4-6, which means these two cells cannot be 4-6. So they will be 8 and 2 again. So that leads to a clash in columns 1 and 9. So which means you can safely eliminate a 4-6 possibility from here. Okay, that gives us a lot of leeway, I think. So I'm going to ask myself, what happens if this is a 2-8 pair? Which means this cannot be 2-8, so these would be 4-6 and these would be 4-6. That is possible, right? I don't see why that could not be possible. So this will be 8 in that case, this will be a 9, this will be a 2. Okay, this seems possible. 2-8 is very much possible. Come on, help me eliminate something. So can this be a 2-8? So if this is 2-8, this will be 4-6 and this will be 4-6. I mean these. So this will be 8, this will be a 9, this will be a 2. I don't see why that cannot happen. don't see why that cannot happen. I need one more elimination. That should give us a lot of digits. I was thinking something if if I can eliminate 2 from here, a 2 here would force a 1 here. And it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Ah, Tuffy. So if I look at this cell, right, all the possibilities there. 2, 4, 6 are eliminated. 9 is eliminated. 7 is eliminated. So it's 1, 3, 5 or 8. 1, 3, 5 or 8. All of these are possible. Ah, did I see something? So can this be a 2-8 pair? If this is a 2-8 pair, yeah. What a deduction, guys. I think we have got the breakthrough. I've just gone out of focus in the camera, I realize. So, in row 5, we can't have a 2-8. The reason is, the moment you have a 2-8 here, these cells, all these cells would be 4-6, right? You can't have 2-8 again here. So let's just see what happens. If this is 2-8, let's remove the 3-7 there. So this will not be 2-8. So 2 is removed here, 2 is removed here, 8 is removed here, 8 is removed here. So which means 9 is in one of these cells and 9 is in one of these cells. So now how do you satisfy the 4? Oh, wait. I assume that these were 9 clues, guys. Just ignore what I said. Just ignore what I said. I'm solving bad here. For some reason, I assume that these are also, the clues outside row 5 are also 9. So that leaves us back to square one. So how long have I taken? Close to 35 minutes. So it looks incredibly fishy to me, don't know. But I'm going to keep seeing. Don't want to scrap another video. Uh, So if I look at these threes and understand what they are doing actually, uh, these cells would be the threes, right? Let's just color them. It's not so easy here. I think we have to imagine a lot here, really kind of imaginative. So I can say that at least one of these pairs is going to be a 2, 8. The reason is there are three threes to be placed in these columns, and you have 4 rows: row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 5. So out of which we'll choose 3 rows, and at least one of these rows then won't take a 3, 7. I hope I'm clear here. One of these cells or one of these cells will be a 3. That removes 3, 7 as a possibility. Now I'm thinking if both row 2 and row 5 can take a 3, in which case both will be 2, 8 then. So does that make sense here? That will be 8, that will be 2, that will be a 9. So similarly, I can use the same thing here, here. So 2, 5, 7 or 9 and 2, 5, 7 or 9. I'll just highlight these as yellows. So what have I got here? And this one too, right? 2, 5, 7 or 9. Really difficult here. Oh, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain this, but what I'm gathering here is these cannot be 3, 7. How do I explain this? That is the biggest question here. Because it's apparent to me that if these are 3 7s, then we are going to have a problem with threes. But how to explain this in the best possible way, that is the biggest question here. Okay. So 3 has 4 rows, right? And 3 columns. So if 2 of these rows are taken, how are we going to satisfy the 3s in the bottom column, bottom side of the grid? Let's imagine these, any of these two rows are taken. So which means that the red cells cannot be 3s, right? So I'll just make them white for now. So now we have 3 3s to be placed and exactly 2 rows. That's simply not possible. So which means that both 2 of these rows would have to take a 3 and exactly one of these rows will be a 3. And I can say the same thing for reds. Both of these cannot be 3s, because we know that one of these is going to take a 3, which means that both of these would have to take a 3. Row 1 and row 3, right? And these cannot be a 3-7 pair, guys. That's creating a clash. This can never be a 3-7. So I'm just going to repeat what I said. If there are 4 rows for the 3s, out of which 3 rows would have to be taken because 3 3s have to be filled. If you take both of these rows, we saw what happened. So which means that both of these rows would be 3s and one of this row will be a 3, right? And similarly, both of these cannot be 3s because we know that one of these rows is a 3. So which means both of these cannot be 3s, row 2 and row 4, row 5. So which means that both row 1 and row 3 would have to be a 3. And one of row 2 or row 5 would have to be a 3. So compare that with the yellow. If yellow goes in these 3 cells, then the red goes in these 3 cells. And similarly, if yellow goes in these 3 cells, red goes in these 3 cells. So which means this cannot be 3-7. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's a 2-8. I don't know how people solve this, guys. Really. It's impossible to explain this. So 4 goes in one of these cells. And now this is not a 2-8 pair. So that's a 4-6. This is also a 4-6. The reason is we have a 2-8 here. And now 9 must go in one of these cells. And you have 4-6 here and 4-6 here, which means this cannot be 4-6. This will be 8. So that is a 9, that is a 2. Okay, at least something here. So this is not a 9, this is not a 9. Now let's see what goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It cannot be 9. It cannot be 2. It cannot be 1. It cannot be 8 because of this. It cannot be 4 or 6. You have a 4-6 pair. So it is 3, 5 or a 7. 5 is ruled out because I have a 9 here. So it's 3 or 7. So which means 2 is either here or here. And let's see what goes here. This is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1 is ruled out. 3, 5, 7, 9. 9 is ruled out because I have a pair here. The 9 is not here. This is 3, 5, 7. That gives 6 here, here, or here. Okay, I have a 1-9 pair here, right? Because 1 cannot be here, so 1 is in these 2 cells, and 4-6 gives a 9 in these 2 cells, which means that's a 1-9, and that will be a 3-5-7 to complete the column. Let's see what happens here. This is 3-5-7-9. Cannot be 1-2-4-6-8, so 3-5-7-9, and this will also be 3-5-7-9. So one has to really persevere here to finish the Sudoku. It's not easy at all. So am I getting something here or still stuck? There may be something very easy here, guys, but not seeing anything here. So I can, for instance, use uniqueness here to say that these cannot be ones, and one would have to be here, because you have a 1-9 pair here, so this cannot be a 1-9 unless the variant part is in some way influencing this. This cannot be a 9 now because you have a 7 clue here. A 9 here forces the 7 here, not possible. So that's a 9. Superb. Finally, we got some breakthrough here. So that's 6, that's 4, that's 6, that's 9, that's 1. This was what I was waiting for. 3, 5, 7. You have a 9, so that's 3, 5, 7. And this cannot be a 1 because now in column 9, this cannot be a 1 because 7 clues will be violated. So that's a 1. So that is not 1, that is not 1. Now, if I look at this cell, it cannot be a 3 because you have a 1 here. So this is not a 3. So it's 5, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 4, 6 and 3 are eliminated. So 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 is ruled out. So 5, 7 and 8. 7 is ruled out because 1 cannot be here. You have ones here. So that's 5 or 8, either this cell or this cell. And now for the 3's, 9 is ruled out. So that's 2, 5, 7, either this cell or this cell. Okay, if I look at this row and ask myself where does the 7 go, 7 is in these 3 cells. Row 9 column 2, row 9 column 4 and row 9 column 7. So which means that correspondingly 3 will be in these 3 cells, right? This is fantastic because I get a 5-7 pair now. These cannot be 3. That's a 5-7. And that gives a 3 in column 1. Superb. So which means this is not a 3. So that's a 1. Very nice. And now where does the 3 go in row 9? There is exactly 1 cell left. So that's a 3, which means that will be a 1. And we know that 2 of the 3's in the yellow cells must be in row 7 and row 9 as we saw earlier. So this would have to be a 3 because this cannot be a 3. You have a 3 here. So that would have to be a 3 now. And that gives a 7 here. So these are not 7's. These are 2, 5, 9's. And that 7 gives a 5 here, which in turn gives a 7 here, a 3 here, a 5 here, a 6 here, a 2 here because this is 3, so that would be 2. Superb. So now 2 by Sudoku goes here. This is not 2, so this is 5, 7, and it cannot be 5, 2, so it's a 7. And now if you look at this row, the only digit left is 3, so that will be a 7 now. We're getting good progress here. So this is not 7 and I'm happy. That's not 5, all by using Sudoku. So 3 is in one of these 3 cells. And this cannot be a 2 by Sudoku. So that's 5 and 9. And it cannot be a 9 because you can't have a 3 here. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's 2 or a 9. So either here or here. It's 9. That's a 9. 5, 6, 8, 9, 4 and 7. So we need 1, 2, 3 in that row. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, if I look at this row, where does the 4 go? There is only 1 cell left. 4 goes here. This will be 8 and 9. That gives us 7 here, which forces the 3 here, which forces 1 or a 2 here. And these are not 3's anymore. Okay, this is not a 7. That's 5, 8 and 9. 5 is not possible here because I have a 3 here. So it's 8 or 9 and this will also be 8 and 9. So that's a 5, which means that's a 1 and that's a 8. That's a 2. That's a 4. Superb. So 1, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5 and this will be a 6. 1, 2, 3, 7, 5, 6. So I need 489 in this cell, so that's a 9. That becomes 4 8. That will be 5 and a 7. That will be 8, and that fixes the 3, so that will be not a 3, that's 1 and 2, and 3 goes here now in row 1, so this is a 1, that's not 1, and so this cannot be 2 now because that will violate the 1, so that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 1, that gives 8 here, a 2 here, and we need 6 8 9 here. 8 can't be in row 2, so that's 8. That is a 9 because you have 2 here, so that's a 6. That's 8. That's 4 Sudoku. This will be 2 6. This will be 4 5, and that can be instantly written 4 and 5. This will be 4 and 9, and that can be instantly deduced, so 9 and 4. This will be 5 and 7. This will be 2 4 6. So how long have I taken to decipher this Sudoku? 50 minutes again, guys. Pardon me. That was really lethargic solving, I would say. So 2 and 6, so that's a 4. But to my support, I think it was a really difficult Sudoku to explain. So 2 3 4 1 5 8. So this will be 6 7 9, and 9 goes here by Sudoku. So this is 6 and 7. A 5 7 in column 6 gives a 6 here. That's a 7, that's a 7, that's a 5, that's a 5, that's a 7, and just Sudoku, I'm rushing now, 6 and 7, so let's just put that, so that's a 7, that's a 6, 6, 2, and this will be 5 or 8, this will be 5 or 8. Okay, so 6 here, that gives a 2 here, a 6 here, this will be a 2 5. This will be 1 and 3. This will be 4 and 8, and that can be instantly deciphered. And with that, we completed this Sudoku by Angelo. What a journey it was, guys. Similar to my last Sudoku by Ambrose, I seem to struggle in this Sudoku too, but the deductions were very tough to see, and I'm not even sure if this is the only way to solve the Sudoku. But I hope it was an enjoyable solve nevertheless. Please subscribe to the channel and please support us on Patreon. We'd really appreciate any contribution from you. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.